So you've come back for more, have you? More reviews from me, telling you what anime is good, what anime is bad, and what anime you should avoid this season. And it's a turn of 4 more anime today, where I'm going to be looking at them. As always, I'm doing these in the order they are, but if I miss something, be sure to let me know in the comments, where I'll probably read it eventually. Because, as ever, this is a 2019 spring anime preview, from a different perspective. It's got to a point where we can actually start predicting what's going to be airing each season. We know we're going to be getting certain type of shows, and one of those is where we've got a girl starting a new school, and the social anxiety that comes with it. And lo and behold, this season we got the same, with Hitorobochi no Marumaru Seikatsu. Hitorobochi is about a girl called Bochi Hitori. She is a rather shy girl, well, I say rather shy girl, she is a very shy girl, and she's starting middle school. Now her best friend's going to a different middle school, and has basically told her, you know what, I'm not going to be a friend anymore unless you befriend everybody in class. It's rather mean of her, to be honest, but her heart's in the right place. She definitely wants to see Bochi do well in the new school, and she knows with how shy Bochi is, she's going to have difficulty. Of course, given how shy Bochi is, she's not just going to have difficulty, she's basically going to be paralysed. Of course, Bochi ends up sitting in the protagonist seats right in the back corner of the class. Now the girl in front, Nako, looks like a girl who is quite often misunderstood. She looks like she could be quite rough, but from what we see, she's a very nice girl actually. Well, she has to be to put up with what Bochi does with this first episode. Bochi is not exactly what you'd consider to be subtle with her plans. She writes down what she wants to do on her hand, and she really wants to read out what's on her hand like this. I mean, the entire episode is basically just showing you just how nervous and how catatonic Bochi can be at times. And the humour's there, although if you know the type of show, you know the type of humour we got here. Shy girl starts new school, is paralysed by her shyness, hilarity ensues. And for the most part, that's the same with this one as well. But the main problem I had with this show is the fact that it seems to rely too much on a set format of jokes, and it seems to want to repeat each joke a number of times just so you get the point. In the first 1 minute of the episode, she does the oars pose 3 times. Now, once is funny. Twice is okay, as long as you mix it up. But 3 times? Calling back to it at the end of the episode is fine, but doing it 3 times in the first minute is too much. There's also the greeting where 3 times in the same scene, she bows her head and headbutts a new friend. They spend way too much time just texting back and forward about pointless things. And every single joke the anime has is repeated over and over, and over and over, and over and over again. It's almost like it doesn't trust itself to get the point across first time. And that's not to say the jokes aren't funny. I did laugh out loud while watching the headbutting sequence. But it feels like there's not enough going on, and too much just repeating over the same things. There are shows like this already, and there are shows which have done this much better than this one. If you want other examples of shows of a similar nature to watch, of a similar style as well, be sure to check out Wakaba Girl and 3 Leaves 3 Colours. Both bright, cheerful, cute anime, with similar themes, just done much, much better. Now, if you like this type of show, give this another try. I mean, I'm probably going to give it a few episodes more, just in case. But there's not much I can recommend here. If you did want to watch this, you can find it over at Crunchyroll. Very few things turn me off more in anime than bloody, historical, Demon Slayer anime. And wouldn't you know it, this season we start off with a brand new anime called Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. With a historical setting, it's about a boy with some weird little scar on his forehead who has a very good sense of smell. And there are demons about, there's lots of history about, but yeah, just historical Japan, demons and swords. At this point I started really turning off from the episode, a type of show which I basically just turn off. A show has to be very good, like Golden Kamuy last year, in order for me to keep watching. And even with Golden Kamuy I started turning off after the first few minutes, because I didn't think it was for me. But as I watched the episode, I found myself drawn to finding out what was going on, because the main character Tanjiro seems pretty much like your normal type of main character in a historical demon fighting anime. But it doesn't seem as loud or as aggressive. He seems quite sensible and also quite reserved. His main skill isn't his skill with a blade, it's a skill with his nose. He's got a remarkable sense of smell. So much so he can tell that a cat pushed over a pot, not my husband, was getting my husband out of trouble. But it wouldn't be a historical demon fighting anime if it wasn't demons to fight. As he returns home to find his entire family destroyed, slain by demons, and his only survivor is his sister. But his sister seems to be a little bit more of a knight. She pretty much attacks him whilst he's trying to save her, take her to our doctors to heal her. And as such he has to try and fend off her, while trying to keep her from dying. And at this point another person throws a span in the works. As a demon fighter, Gyo Tomoyoka turns up and threatens to slay his sister. Of course, Tanjiro does not want his sister Nezuko to be slain. He's seen that Nezuko is not the one who killed his family. Even though she's a demon, he didn't know this beforehand, but turns out she's actually a demon. She's not the person who killed her family. He can tell that because of smell. There's the smell of another person. And if anything, even though Nezuko turned almost beastly, she was actually trying to protect the family, not to kill them. But of course this demon fighter just wants to kill demons, and just wants to kill Nezuko because he thinks that Nezuko is going to kill poor Tanjiro. Then, remarkable things happen. Tanjiro has a remarkable strategical sense. He's not a good fighter by any means, but he knows that. And so he uses his wits to try and defeat Gyu. He doesn't do that. Gyu manages to see through the plot just in the last 3 moments. But Gyu sees something in Tanjiro. And also, he sees and begins to notice that Nezuko isn't trying to kill Tanjiro. She's actually trying to protect him. Why does this demon try and protect this human, where the demon just wants to feed? Maybe there's something more there. And it's that questioning, that anticipation of finding out what's going on. Can Tanjiro find a way to save his sister before his sister fully turns? That is really, really intense and really, really motivating me to watch more of this. And as I said earlier, historical demon fighting anime, not my cup of tea whatsoever. But this one, I'm going to watch more. If you do want to watch more of this, you can find it airing over at Crunchyroll. What is it with shows with similar sounding premises today? As the next show is very, very similar to a show we just had last season. We Never Learn Bokuben is about a poor guy who ends up being a tutor to a bunch of girls, and romantic interests ensue. If you just thought back to the quintessential quintuplets from last season, then you're right. This show has a lot in common with it. Except this time, the main characters aren't quintuplets, and they aren't completed yet either. This time, the main character is tutoring geniuses. Why would geniuses need to be tutored? Well, that's because they're stupid about choosing what they want to do. Our first 2 geniuses we meet in the first episode are a pint-sized maths genius, Rizu Ogata, otherwise known as the Thumbelina supercomputer, who really wants to be a liberal arts major. She wants to go on and study psychology. And we've also got the rather shy, demure literature girl, Fumio Furuhashi, who really wants to study astrology and wants to become an astronomer and is absolutely terrible at maths. So yeah, we got these 2 geniuses who don't want to study what they are good at. In fact, they're so bad at what they want to study, it's not really worth them studying it, to be honest, but apparently they do. And it's our main character's job to get that done. Because you see, his family's poor. He wants to go to a good university, and his school will offer him a chance to do that as long as he teaches these people well. And so, romantics ensue. Now in a case like this, where we've had multiple shows on similar times which do exactly the same thing as each other, it's impossible not to compare them. And that's pretty much the case here as well. As I was watching the episode, I couldn't help but think, okay, this girl is similar to that girl, or this scenario is similar to that scenario. And in almost every single aspect, quintuplets comes out better than this one. Now, Bokuben is not bad, by any means. The main characters are attractive, but there's nothing really tying together, they're just geniuses who know each other. And also they seem to want to fall in love with the main character too quickly. Also, quintuplets was more subtle in the way that the characters fell in love with the main character. And let's be honest, all of them did in the end. This one seems set to push romantic interests right from the fore. They don't even get halfway through the episode before one's falling asleep on his shoulder, everyone's pushing her breast against his arm. And the main character's too boring, to be honest. He does remind me a lot of Kima from World God Only Knows, only with none of the genius tendencies, and none of the gaming tendencies either. He's basically designed for us to put ourselves in his place, so we can dream about having Thumbelina breasts pressed against our arm, having a beautiful blue-haired girl sleep on our shoulder. And that's the main problem with it, it just seems too easy. everything his main character wants he gets in his first episode. And the girls, their problems seem so easy to get fixed. I mean, they're still idiots, but he seems to know how to fix them already, which seems a little bit too much for me. There's no conflict between the tutor and the girls. It's just, I've been told to be your tutor. Yes, you're our tutor. Please don't stop being our tutor. I won't stop being your tutor. Hey, can we have sex now? I'm probably going to give Bokuben a few more episodes. It's not terrible. I'm not going to say don't watch this one because it has a lot of promise. But if you want to watch a show which has very similar themes to this one, watch Quintuplets from last season instead. But it starts out similar, starts out a bit bad, it gets very good. You can find Bokuben airing over at Crunchyroll. Continuing today's theme of anime based on scenarios we've seen a million times before, comes Nobunaga Teacher's Young Bride. And if you guessed from the anime title, this is going to be a Nobunaga Oda anime, then well done! You've spotted the most obvious thing known to man. This is indeed an anime about Oda Nobunaga, but it really isn't actually, because Oda Nobunaga is not a historical figure. He's a middle-aged teacher teaching girls in a middle school, and he's a bit of a loser as well. Out of his luck, no love life. In fact, one of his students promises to go out with him after she graduates, just purely because she feels sorry for him. But yeah, he's a bit of a loser. And once you know, he goes home, and instead of him going back in time, somebody else comes forward in time, as a cute young lolly appears in midair and falls into his arms. When she wakes up, she introduces herself to his family as Kicho, who's travelled over to meet him and become Oda Nobunaga's bride. The problem is, she's 14. Now, we'll actually give fair play to the anime. It does go very obvious in saying, oh my god, she's not legal, I'm going to go to jail, and pokes fun of it many times. But then it proceeds to have her strip her clothes and present herself to him. I'm not sure whether or not this show is just trying to present itself as being representative, or is actually just doing that because it wants to get away with doing what it's about to do next. Because one thing which I did find worrying is on Crunchyroll, there's actually two different series of this one. There's Nobunaga Teacher's Young Bride and Nobunaga Teacher's Young Bride Uncensored. And indeed, this one does look quite censored because it does actually have censorship images over the vital parts, if you know what I mean. But even still, we've got a 14-year-old stripping in front of a teacher. I'm kind of worried what's going to happen later on in the series if they have this uncensored option. And as much as he doesn't want to get with a 14-year-old girl, we all know how this one's going to end. It's going to end up with Kicho and his students, because it looks like there's a bunch of students of the opening as well, throwing themselves at him, because he's the harem protagonist, and he's going to jail. I think anyone else who watches this is going to jail as well. You can find this airing over at Crunchyroll. We had quite a theme going today, didn't we? 4 new anime, and 4 anime which reminded me of shows I've seen in the past, not all too successfully. And kind of me surprised that the one show which I didn't expect to like is my favourite of a bunch so far. But what's going to come next time? We just have to tune in and find out. So thanks for watching, have a wonderful day, bye bye.